I've seen people modifying their sponge filters, so I thought I'd have a go, and I'm quite impressed. Okay, that's a bit better, and this is how I did it. Okay, so you're going to need a few supplies for this. You're going to probably want some cutters. You're going to want a sponge filter. Now this, I've taken the sponge off because obviously it was wet, and I'll show you what to do with that. You're going to need some airline. This is just run-of-the-mill airline, and an air stone. I'm going to try these air stones out. So let's get to the build. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take this apart. Okay, so it comes apart quite easily. All right, and what you're going to see in the bottom here, that's just the weight, so we don't need that. We'll get that later. So take this off. God, there you go. Right, see this piece? That's the piece that actually spreads the air here, and then that goes through each of these. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take it all to pieces like that. Yeah, right. So this is what delivers the air all the way down, all the way through. Now if you've got a single one, obviously you're just going to have that. All right. What you want to do is you want to take this piece out completely. All right. So let me get the snips, and we'll take this out. So these angled ones are quite good, but they may not be as sharp as others. So whatever you use, just make sure it's nice and sharp, and then you'll see what I'm getting to. There you go. That's one. There's a little bit left over. Not too worried about that. We're going to do the other one. Where's the other one? There we are. So let's take these out. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't have to be an exact science. Obviously, the small air stone that I'm using is actually a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Now you could run something around there like a small knife to get the rest of it out, but to be honest, it's not going to be that important at the moment. Okay, the next thing you want to do is take this piece out, right, out of the bottom one. Okay, so that is how they're going to sit. Okay, so out of this you can take this piece out, which I've already done. So let's get to measuring up. So note, this doesn't have to be a perfect thing. Yeah, so you put the base back on, just cut this off. Okay, there you go. Just get that out of there. All right, there you have it. Then this is the type of air stone. These aren't brilliant, okay, but for this they're fantastic. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of airline, and we're just going to put that on there like so. I do like to normally give a little bit of a breathe. There we go. All right, and then let's put these two together. We're going to put all the way down through there like that. Okay, and then you're going to put the base back on like that, which is going to be a very tight fit. So there you go. All right, make sure that goes right down to the bottom. Now this is the difficult part, because ideally you want that to be a single piece. Okay, so we're going to sort that out now. Okay, so this is the top part. This goes on top of the sponge. Okay, the airline goes on here, so we need something to go in here, which this is the part that you cut off. Now you have two of these or one of these, and that is going to go straight into there like so. Yeah, so if you cut here, the airline is going to go straight on there. So I'm going to measure it and cut it. Now this will be different for everyone, but I'm kind of hoping that we don't go too far down, because obviously that tube's not going to fit. If it doesn't fit, you can heat it up and put it on. So I'm going to do that now. Let's just cut. I would say it's going to go in. Let's see how far this goes in. So let's take it out. It goes in only a little bit so I only want a little bit more. So I'm going to cut here, okay? So I'm going to cut there. There you go. Okay. With that bit cut, it's not exactly perfectly round at the moment. We can deal with that in a minute. So let's put that in there. There you go. Okay. And then you're going to put the airline on that. So ideally, you're going to take out the end. All right. So let's cut a length of tube. There we go. Just any length will do for the minute. There you go. Just to make it a bit easier. Okay. So what we want to do is we want the airline to go right down to the bottom. So we're going to put this on here. So you may need to heat this up. You may not. I might actually trim that down a little bit. Let me go and heat this up. You can use boiling hot water, but be very, very careful. Okay, and that's how it's going to look. All right. Let's lay this down for a minute. Now, you've got the airline obviously here. So you may want to keep cutting this off. So I'm just going to put it on gently, all right, and then we're going to put that in there, all right. And there you go. So we're going to have to cut right down to there. Okay, you can keep trimming it until it's a perfect fit. Okay, so I've measured the tube. It's about 2.5 inches, 3 centimeters, 1, 2, maybe 4 centimeters. Okay, so as you can see, it's just going to sit on the bottom there, yeah? So we're going to slide that in. And there you go. And there you have it. That, maybe a little bit more. Maybe I should trim it a little bit more. As you can see, it's a bit bent, okay? So you need to trim it just a tad more, which is easy enough to do. You just take that off, okay? And then once that's done, let's take that one off as well. There you go, put that over there. And once this is done, it's just going to blow air bubbles, nothing more. So let me cut another piece off this and show you it needs to be relatively straight. You can get these to sit straight with just warm water. There you go. And once you've done that, obviously that's the lifting tube. So we're going to put an airline on this and we're going to see how it performs and see if it has improved the noise, which I believe it will. There you go. Tiny little bubbles. Still moving about 380, maybe 400 litres of water. You can tell that by doing this. As you can see, it's coming out the top. I have checked that actually. Anyway, so there you have it. Much quieter, far superior for noise. Guys, take care. Thank you very much.